You know what's wild? As parents, we're being told that our kids need coding camps, elite sports, constant extracurriculars, and early academic acceleration. But the things that kids actually need in 2025, the things that shape their minds, their creativity, their confidence, their future, are the things that no one is talking about. And none of them are expensive. None of them require special skills, and they all start at home. We are raising kids in the loudest, fastest, most overstimulated environment in human history. Most kids are not lacking in resources. They're lacking capacity. They're lacking space. They're lacking emotional literacy. They're lacking exposure to imagination and internal worlds. So, instead of piling more on, let's talk about 5 core things that actually build thriving human beings. Number 1, quiet moments. Kids today don't get quiet at all. Between screens, notifications, background TV, music in the car, structured activities, and constant entertainment, many kids go days without hearing their own thoughts. But imagination requires stillness. This isn't philosophy, it's brain science. The default mode network in the brain, this is the part that controls creativity, problem solving, sense making, storytelling, only activates when we are not being stimulated. Which means that children literally cannot access their imagination when they are being overstimulated. And here's the kicker. Kids don't know how to ask for quiet, so it's up to us to provide it. So how do we do it? Here are some examples. 1 screen-free drive per day. No phones, no tablets. A 2-minute quiet pocket after school. No music, no talking. Just relaxing, just imagining, just processing. A calming bedtime ritual without background noise. Silence in the early morning while the brain wakes up. Imagination doesn't grow in the noise. It grows in the pauses. Number 2, stories they love. Reading isn't just an academic skill. Reading is the door to internal worlds, and kids today are losing access to those worlds. Schools are overwhelmed and are focusing on testable skills. And at home, reading has unintentionally been turned into homework. Minutes read, logs, levels, assignments. We've stripped away the magic that makes reading irresistible. Here's what kids need instead. Stories they love. Stories they choose. Stories that reflect their obsessions. Dinosaurs, unicorns, pets, space, slime, fairies, trucks, magic. Following their interests is not indulgent. It's actually how kids build identity, curiosity, and deep comprehension. But here's the most powerful part. Reading about things they love also builds early emotional literacy. It helps them interpret the world, make sense of feelings, and connect ideas. Skills that are far more important than reading at a specific level. So how do we build on this? Include 1 free choice book every day. Ask connection questions, not comprehension questions. That can look like, was there a moment that made you smile or worry? Or did anything in the story remind you of your own life? Or what color does this story feel like? Be the example. Model reading things that you enjoy. Personalized stories, like the ones I sell on Etsy, make this effortless. Kids love stories that are about them. Remember, kids don't fall in love with reading because it's required. They fall in love because it's personal. Number 3, play and imagination. Play is how children practice being human. It's how they rehearse social skills, regulate emotions, test ideas, and build resilience. But in 2025, kids' lives are so structured that many of them don't know how to play without direction. We've replaced imaginative play with curated activities. We've replaced exploration with achievement. We've replaced creativity with consumption. Here's what kids need. Open-ended toys. Time where no one directs them. A parent who occasionally joins play at their level. Space to be ridiculous, nonsensical, magical. And here's the big one. Kids need boredom. Boredom is not a problem. It's the spark. Here is how to put this in action. 10 minutes a day of child-led play. Play the story game. 1 line each, 0 prep. Create a small stash of bins that are full of simple craft materials that your kids can access. And let your kids solve their own boredom. Play might look small, but it is the foundation of every major life skill. Number 4, they need you to model wonder. This might be controversial, but I believe it's true. Children don't learn imagination from childhood. They learn it from the adults in their lives. Your imagination is the model that their imagination grows from. If they never see you read, why would they think that reading matters? If they never see you play, why would they be brave enough to imagine? If they never see you slow down, why would they? Children learn wonder from us, from the way we notice tiny magical things. Look at that cloud, it looks like a dragon. Do you hear the wind? It sounds like it's whispering. The sunlight is dancing on the floor today. That leaf looks like it's trying to tell a story. These little comments tell a child, the world is magical and I am safe enough to see it. Action items here include, read in front of them. You read in front of them. Ask silly questions. Make observations and say them out loud. Let them see you create something, whether that's cooking or painting or gardening or flower arrangement, anything. And remember this, you can't raise imaginative kids if you are living a numb adult life. And number 5, presence. Presence is one of the rarest resources in 2025. Kids don't need perfect parents. They just need present ones. And presence is just focused attention, not multitasking attention, not half listening attention, not 1 second attention. Children know the difference. Why does presence matter? It regulates their nervous system. It builds emotional trust. It increases their confidence. It deepens literacy and language skills. And it creates a sense of safety, which is the foundation of any learning. And presence doesn't require hours. It requires moments. Here's how to put this into action. Give your children 5 minutes of undistracted time every day. Make eye contact with them during small, insignificant conversations. Practice slow, unhurried transitions around bedtime, mealtime, car rides. Choose connection before correction. The gift that kids remember the most is you, not the things that you bought them. So those are the 5 things that kids need the most in 2025. Quiet, stories, play, wonder, and presence. Not elite activities. Not academic acceleration. Not the pressure of constant achievement. These 5 things will create imaginative thinkers, curious learners, confident leaders, and emotionally healthy adults. And the most beautiful thing, every single one of these is completely within your reach. If this resonates with you and you want simple, magical ways to build wonder and reading joy in your home, I'd love to have you here. Subscribe and let's make childhood magical again, together.